Hey there, welcome, dear imaginary friends, true patrons of poetry. Let us begin. Gaily bedight, a gallant knight, in sunshine then in shadow, had journeyed long, singing a song in search of El Dorado. But he grew old, this knight so bold, and o'er his heart a shadow fell as he found no spot of ground that looked like El Dorado. And as his strength failed him at length, he met a pilgrim shadow. Shadow, said he, where can it be, this land of El Dorado? Over the mountains of the moon, down the valley of the shadow. Ride, boldly ride, the shade replied, if you seek for El Dorado. That was, of course, El Dorado by Edgar Allan Poe. Who knows who that is? Some amateur, clearly. Didn't even use aficionado, bravado, desperado. Nothing. But jokes aside, I wanted to use this poem in some other stream, but when I think about the thumbnail and what's it about, it kinda comes in perfectly, especially knowing that in some original art there's some cloud as well. And okay, we can... Yeah, Edgar Allan Poe, 1809, 1849. There we go. Okay, that stream seems a bit scuffed, as usual. And first, let me tell you, after a long time I took that port to Zuldazar, I believe the name is, and usually I didn't end up in harbor. I would end up in the capital, of course, and whoever made this decision, I wish he travels to work. Let me tell you that. We might go into stuff like that later on, but now let's... First of all, I was thinking if I should include some other song as intro, though usually that flags me as, you know, copyright or whatever, but doesn't matter. I thought it was something else, but no, it's the songs, no matter how short. And there is a song here. I tried looking it up but couldn't find anything, though I didn't really look that hard. That's clearly influenced by this one that I had no clue of, or that other one, but I found out about that one sooner. I didn't hear it as a child, interestingly. It's clearly at least heavily influenced. So maybe in some other stream I will play that one. It's a cheerful children's song with this strong bitter undertone, which is also something I will probably, if I get the time, talk about later on. The fact, you know, that's bitter, and that's it probably I mean that I am not really sure about the origins, and the Serbian version, I will say that just for the slight chance there's some original fellow Serbian speaker that comes along. I of course mean the Duško Radović, Dembelija, and Dragan Laković's performance. So, and yeah, I think this was a nice setting anyway for El Dorado. I mean, you can get what the song can signify in many ways, especially thumbnail wise. I guess before I talk about that, let me talk about something else. I have no knowledge of software or hardware, have no clue. And one of the reasons I decided to stream now, although it is kinda getting hotter, but even in the evenings, but the when you watch some TV news and the amount of desire of them for another heat wave so people would watch weather forecast is incredible. They juice those numbers up a lot, but let's get back on the I was mentioning WayFi-nder, and I think this is a good opportunity to say, I think they should shorten it, I mean fans, to Wi-Fi. I think it's kinda Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi, also Semperfi. I think it's a good idea. Also, while at it, today I was eating a certain candy and I thought of a streamer, which I will not mention because I don't like doing that. But I was thinking about, Streamer 1 and Toblerone, of course. Never mind. So let's get back to the WayFi-nder. I was watching some video, and on the start of it, a fellow colleague mentioned minimal PC requirement, system requirement, hardware requirement, and clearly, I mean, why? Who knows why? But maybe he also wanted to point some stuff out. Like I said, I have no clue what's going on there, but I mean, in general, what is considered what, and the technical intricacies. The only number I mean, the easiest number for me to recognize there was RAM, and minimum you need is 16 gigabytes. Now, I don't know if that's the norm, but remember when a couple of gigabytes was huge, and now 16 gigabytes minimal, that kinda was sticking out. And with the WayFi-nder coming out tomorrow, I wanted to stream before that. I mean, I doubt that people will have issues with it. Sometimes I think video games might be played soon just by professionals, gamers, professional gamers and streamers, and whales, of course. So WoW is considered, potato friendly. So I said, let me check WoW. And for WoW, it's 8 gigabytes minimal, which I didn't know what to think of, but then said, let me check Fortnite. Fortnite should be a bit more demanding, right? And for Fortnite is 4 gigabytes, which was surprising to me. So what is going on? I have no clue. I of course will not tell you to tell me your opinions in the comments. But something I wanted to point out, and whether that's gonna impact. I mean, tomorrow of course not. Tomorrow is the paying customers. But in 6 months, are they gonna do anything about it, or is that some kind of a glass ceiling or whatever, or it's perfectly normal? I have no clue. I'll let you be the judge of that, but whether that influences I said maybe they're gonna work on that, maybe not, maybe it's intended, maybe it's not, whether that's gonna influence the amount of people that try the game. I mean, if there's no PvP, then I don't care either way, but just something that came to not really mind, something that happened, and that would be it. And I guess that was a slight segue to something else. Something else I was talking about I had a stream talking about my opinion on system requirements and all, hardware. Excuse me. Maybe we'll move. Let me check the scroll, ancient scrolls. Yeah, I might as well say this now.
What are we without the sky?
Yeah, I mean, I might, talk about, throw game developers under. Is this jungle troll? Troll? This is what I meant. Doesn't matter. So throw game developers under the bus, but that's something I wanted to say before. If you take a piece of paper and cut enough corners, you might end up... Fuck, I should have used flight path. Too late now. Now going back. The joys of being in this place. Sometimes I wonder. So if you take a piece of paper and cut enough corners, you might end up with a pretty small circle. So there's no surprises then. Yeah, why would I had different plans, but doesn't matter. I'll just... Why change locations? There's no need. Yeah, what should I talk about? I was thinking if I should talk about this at all, but I guess I already did stuff like that. And I mean, as a blood elf, this Mog really, you know, adventure, Dorado, slijep moj butt cheeks and call me Link. I'm gonna keep on saying that. I'm proud of my mental accomplishments. So sorry, my dear fellow free-to-plays, for my dear delicate flowers, for subjecting you to this torture of ramble. I know you want your information right away. I learned that the hard way. I still remember that. I dared to first tell you about some useless currency that you can use for something useful, and of course I needed to be punished. I should have held your hand and sing you a song and wait for you in the Shadowlands and take you right to the right guy and tell you everything about it, every one of you, so you wouldn't be stressed. Take a spoon and feed you. So that's why, that's why I try and put everything in either or title, write a comment, and you know, thumbnail. And if you know anything about anything, everything is in the thumbnail. And if you don't see, you might be able to, you know, open image in another tab, go in this particular case in the community tab and see it there in its original size, or I don't know, make sure that you have left mouse click somewhere on the YouTube and then Control plus till you zoom out to your favorable size. So there's no really need for you to watch the video at all, but if you do, of course the credit goes to the original poster on the XP forum. I need from now on probably to pay attention and mention. I don't usually do that, pay attention to who and what. I just see what I need, so I'll admit it. That's also because I might say something. Okay, let's first on say it that way. Maybe not. Let's first just say it like this. I'm glad. Okay, I'm not glad. I got it, of course, on Shower of Anger, on bonus roll. And as you have seen in the thumbnail, there's the bonus roll and there's the level requirement. So that's pretty much it. So you can get it as a free-to-play veteran in my case, as a bonus roll, but you will have to level up to learn it, as far as I know. I haven't really been thinking about um, as I was saying, I remembered there are probably some other stuff I should have said, but I forgot. I need to remember what time. Yeah, okay. I guess we have some time. Though I don't wanna make it too long. Though I mentioned mostly all of the things. I might check the text document later on. So that's the main things, I guess. I'm not sure. Yeah. Shao-Venga I thought is also on 15-minute cooldown, but it's not. I guess it's between 15 and 25 minutes. Not really sure, check that out. And on Shao-Venga you don't get the main loot, only bonus. On that fire, if that's the Firehawk, I don't know how it's called. It's 15 minutes timer on the clock, and you get both rolls. Sorry if I was too close. I'm trying to, not be too far away with the mic, but I guess too close can be bad too. So you can get both, I think. I'm not sure, but I think that's the case. And it's on 15-minute timer, so it's easy in that way, though I put it on some ranged spell, and I'm there at the bottom on that small rock and just spam. When I'm not looking, I just spam the button. And can be tricky, but not too hard, I guess. And what else? Yeah, this is what I wanted to say. I was thinking if I should go into this, because it's not originally my idea, but I already have done stuff like that, and I guess it can be considered as cheese, but because in a way it might be pointless, maybe not, if someone just wants to dedicate a bunch of 20s and then decides to on whatever he gets it on to level that one up. I guess it can be done like that. Maybe other ways, I have no clue. For me, it's stupid mechanic anyway, waiting, especially on Shao-Venga. But I decided to talk about it anyway. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. My apologies if I made a mistake. And while okay, currency for the Drena one you can buy. I showed that I think in the stream with the Stan Lee in the thumbnail a while back. And you can buy it in Ashran, and you can get it from the missions, garrison missions. 300 if you wanna buy it. And I don't really know much about it, but the thing is, with the Shao-Venga, I was doing those rares in Pandaria, and I guess I got the currency from there, but not the main currency. You have to exchange it. I also shown where to exchange it in I guess there's in the Temple of White Tiger. I don't know where exactly there. I didn't go there, but I think somewhere over here. You go over the bridge somewhere. and you go to that big ox, and then behind you buy the currency you need. Fuck off. Yeah, lesser charm or good fortune. And these are the ones, seal of tempered faith for what? Okay, let's see. Nope. Yeah, it's rambly. So you can get that currency there, and with that you can, roll for the extra loot. When I got the mount, I had, bittersweet feelings. Of course, I was mad because it's level. I wasn't really mad. I didn't really care that much. I don't really like that mount that much. Same with that horse from Diablo. So I didn't really. I mean, I had those. What am I gonna do now? But then I said, I'm not gonna think about it. I needed to address some IRL stuff. And then, after a couple of minutes, there's nothing to think. I mean, I might change my mind at any point, but at this point, that tune is all the other tunes I made with the intention of playing them as a, leveling them all the way. That was the only tune I made with the intention of playing it as level 20. I have enchanting and that dragonling leveled up. All those stupid engineering. And sure, maybe it's all useless now, I have no clue. But at this particular moment, I value more the stuff I had to go through when I made that tune than the fucking mount. So at this moment, I am of that opinion. I might change my mind because I have a level 60 boost used up, and I still have level 50 boost. I doubt that I will wanna use it on some ally for the allied races, because I don't care, but I did wanna make a higher level cloth wearer for the transmog, and first I wanted to make a mage because I don't have none, but since I used for my plate wearer for a paladin, and then was just mashing buttons, not knowing anything, having no clue what's going on, and still, I mean, that's one of the ironies. The same thing, similar thing happened with me with my higher level rogue, because I don't really, when I have the game time, I just invest in my low levels. So I never had any intention of learning higher level gameplay, and I was still doing okay even in battlegrounds. So that kinda paints a picture, right? Just mashing random buttons and still doing fine. And I wanted, then fuck mage, I'm gonna make a priest because I'll have some clue what's going on there. So I still might decide to level that one, but at this moment I'm just gonna sit on it. And talking about leveling, I think, those you know, unused character, those new gear and bags. I mean, for me it's useless because I usually get the bags right away. I guess it's good for someone that makes a new character and leaves it. But when you make a new toon, I think they should make the settings account wide. Because, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but still, you don't wanna deal with everything right away. Is there something else? I have no clue. I think I mentioned it all. And even if I didn't, it doesn't matter. Like I said, everything is in the thumbnail. Everything. Yeah, when I rolled, I didn't do it for quite a while because, like I said, I hate it, but I didn't have what to do. So I went there and I clicked on the bonus roll, and there was something purple right away, and then that roll went. So I knew I was gonna get something, but at one moment I thought they're gonna deny me of the mount, but then I got it, and then I saw the level requirement. And then I was thinking, is there a way I could have known that before? Save myself all that trouble? But doesn't matter, it's over now. And I mean, after that bitter experience, I will probably go into text document soon enough. I'll probably first go into one metaphor. So it's gonna be bitter and fucked up. So if you don't wanna listen to that, maybe walk away for a couple of minutes, probably more. I think I've heard the story long ago, but I forgot about it, and some time ago a friend of mine reminded me of it. And that's where that intro comes from. I mean, the disclaimer there. I mean, there are different kind of stories, and I'm not sure of the origin of this one, so take everything with a grain of salt. The details, and also the point matters. That's the thing. So I think it was during the Great War, World War I, and I think it was in the southeast of here, and you can then do the math who might the invaders be. And as usual, you know, the men are in the war, village is deserted, only women are left. Invading army invades in every sense of the way. I guess they spread. There's no need to say in the potentially forbidden words. And after they all excuse me, and after you know, all the women come out, I guess in some square or some crossroads or something, and you know, they start talking and all, and one says, I don't know if she killed him or just defended herself. She started saying how she fought and fought and fought and defended herself, and that they should have done the same, and if they did, you know, they would save themselves as well, and the rest of them, huddle or start talking, and they look at her and kill her. Now, if that's a true story or not, I have no clue, but the point stays. I don't think I need to explain it, because it was more convenient for them in every way. I guess I did explain it. And that's what I think is going on with the Baldur's Gate and other game developers. It's easier for them, instead of putting in the work and doing the things right, it would be easier for them that Baldur's Gate doesn't exist, because they break the narrative, they break the excuses. We all know that all those things were excuses, and all that thing is bullshit. But when you have, some lighthouse, something that you can point your finger at, it's much easier to call out the bullshit. I mean, before I start going about that, maybe I should mention two things that came to mind. For example, Legion legendaries and that bullshit excuse that it's for your own good, that that joy of. I mean, we all know that it's bullshit, but let's just say, let's write some fan fiction. Let's just say that it was true, that was done for the gaming purpose. Imagine dear old Bobby, good old Bobby, coming into office and saying, yeah, that's a great idea, let's do that too. From now on, paychecks are gonna be RNG. They're gonna be pay cuts, but paychecks are gonna be so smaller, but for you to be more grateful when you get them, they're gonna be on RNG. So you might get them, you might not get them. And if you work overtime, there's gonna be a slight chance of increasing the possibility of you getting them. And if you crunch, you're gonna increase those chances a bit more. How long do you think, how happy do you think they would be about that? And how long do you think that system would last? About 1 nanosecond, I presume. And also, I think here the thing's a bit better now, but medical system, being that it's state run, was very corrupt and all. I guess it's a bit better now, but my point is, finally we are getting somewhere. My point is that there was certain demeanor about the doctors, because there was a lot of just, as the meme goes, just, do that lol. I guess we need to go even higher. Fucking finally. For example, they would just say, just go do that, that and that, and for them it would probably last for, I don't know, a day. They would just go anyway, they're not gonna wait in line, they're not gonna deal with bureaucracy. And for some poor patient that would probably last for ages, months, maybe even more. So I think when it comes to game developer perspective, it's the same thing. Just change server. They probably can do that much easier than the regular player, get all the things. Or they probably, because they in a way have access to everything, don't find many of the things that interesting anyway. So I think that's one of the differences in the perspective as well. When did I fucking... Okay. Let's see. Oh. This has been going on for a while now. Okay, let's just finish with the Baldur's Gate. I said the main point. The main point and the other, like I said, the narrative. It's like when some companies have monopoly, and it doesn't only have to be one company, it can be some secret agreement usually between 3 or 4, something that happens here every fall with the sunflower seed oil companies. There's I don't know how many of them, and they all raise prices during the fall because that's when the consumption is highest. And it of course can be easily counted, but it's okay. Something is okay. I hope the stream didn't break. My precious knowledge. So it can be, it's being done, and it can be counted, and it has, fortunately. And that's exactly the point. One year we had a good minister, and he quickly sorted that out, and one year one guy didn't want to be part of it. So those are the nice examples of things being done right, and that's exactly the point here as well. They did things right. I sadly am not into those kind of games, and that's exactly also the point. Despite, I guess, people not being, usually into that, I bet there's a lot of people that decided to go into that game just because it was done right. Is it the way? Probably not, but it's one way, maybe the other extreme, but it's very important that it's there. And between football and some fire titties, the choice is easy. And like I said, maybe it's good that it's there, no matter how it is, because they already went, there's some producer that wanted to, make it as family friendly as it's possible, because they will grab a player base, and that will not be enough. They will want more, and they will neglect and take the player base for granted, and then try to lasso in others. WoW had two cataclysms, one expansion and the other one, because they used to do that, what are they gonna do, where are they gonna go. Final Fantasy, I think the fact that that many people from WoW went to Final Fantasy is incredible, and it's not really appreciated enough as a phenomenon. That's one of the biggest things that happened, and most incredible things. And for monetization, I think that's the only monetization. I don't know, they probably could have done something, but just that flex that they didn't want to showed a lot. And that corporate versus passionate. So Baldur's Gate 3 is a huge thing that happened to gaming. Everything else is bullshit, is excuse, is that's it. And for other games, I still think that the truth is somewhere in the middle, that if done properly, because they go overboard. This is one extreme and the other stuff is the other extreme. That is bad, terribly bad. Microtransactions can be done properly if they don't go overboard. So like I said, the truth is somewhere in the middle. You can choose with the explicit content where you wanna go, but like I said, if I choose between these two extremes, choice is easy. And the worst thing is, if there was a check for you to choose, like those corgi goggles, that you can choose everybody to look like corgi, you can choose to put everyone in hijab or something, I think some people still wouldn't be satisfied, because they want you to be forced to play as them. That's the thing. They don't want leave you to be free and make your choices. They want you to be forced to do the way they want you to do. That's the problem, and that's the thing. And now I'm gonna check the text document. Maybe there's this has lasted for a long time now. There's probably more, but of course I'm not gonna talk about it anymore, but I can't really remember now, and I didn't really write it down. Oh, you lazy orc.
Shadows gather.
I don't know what to say. Just that I'm glad that Baldur's Gate happened. And you know, maybe that's the sign of nice things can happen, unlike that song that Shadow and the Night and the mount that's unobtainable.
See you soon. Real soon.